Hey everyone, and welcome back. Segment number 2. I'm Jennifer Fierro, your broad podcaster here in the Highland Lakes with Art Dlugach, the voice of the Llano Yellow Jackets. We've already covered Llano in segment 1. In this segment, we're going to talk about the Burnet County Showdown. Burnet came into Mustang Stadium and won a huge game on Friday night, 28-14, and it was a game of ups and downs and ebbs and flows, if you will. Burnet won the coin toss to open the game. Art, the Bulldogs elected to receive. Marble Falls, I believe, forced a 3 and out to start the game. I actually have the drive chart right here in front of me. Burnet had the punt. Marble Falls got the punt on their own 43, drove 11 plays, covered 57 yards in 6 minutes and 35 seconds to take a 6-0 lead. Marble Falls went for the 2-point run, didn't get it. Grant Jones, the outstanding junior, who I think is one of the best athletes in the district, certainly in Burnet County, gets the kickoff, runs 95 yards for the touchdown.
Gracious.
They kick their extra point and go up 7-6, and then the two teams just exchange punts for the next 2 possessions. Burnet gets the ball with 9:02 left in the half, and they go with a heavy dose of Dash Ditton. They cover one drive, 8 plays, 47 yards in 2 minutes and 24 seconds. They kick the extra point, take a 14-6 lead. I had a chance to talk to Brian Herman, the head coach of the Mustangs today, and he told me that in the locker room, he said that he was calm and confident. And he told his players, we're going to get the opening kickoff. We're going to drive down. When we get the touchdown, we're going to go for the 2-point play, and this time we're going to call for a pass to Caleb Vidal. So guess what happens? Marble Falls gets the opening kickoff. They drive 12 plays, cover 6 minutes and 15 seconds. They score a touchdown. Caleb Vidal goes in, dives for the 2-point pass, and gets it. So Marble Falls ties the game at 14-14.
That's a good-looking drive, lasting half a quarter.
You bet. Well, Burnet comes back. On their first possession of the third quarter, they go 8 plays. They cover 65 yards, 4 minutes and 16 seconds. They call for an end around with Grant Jones. Grant gets the ball, and he's running towards his sideline in Mustang Stadium, okay? Towards his sideline. I'm on the Marble Falls sideline. Marble Falls has it perfectly defended. Grant reverses field. Completely and totally reverses field. Runs an extra 10 yards the other way. Gets the 20-yard touchdown. Burnet goes up 21-14. Marble Falls turns the ball over on downs on their ensuing kickoff. Burnet gets the ball back. Dash Ditton scores his touchdown, 6 plays. That covers 46 yards.
That's two really fairly short fields.
Yes, fairly short fields. And then after that, Burnet scored all the points they needed to for the win. I went back and looked at my stats because, and I do this a lot. I believe that there are 2 types of sports fans. The first type is, and I'm a mixture of both. The first type is that I want to know from the coach why the game turned out the way that it did. I want him to explain it to me. And then I'm also the other type of fan that knows that the story is always in the numbers, okay? So I went back and looked. Each team had 9 possessions. Marble Falls had 2 touchdowns, 3 punts, threw 2 interceptions, had a fumble, and a turnover on downs.
Well, that's 3 turnovers, not counting one on downs.
Okay. Burnet had 3 touchdowns, 2 punts. Then they had the ball on the last drive of each half. Okay. They had 1 fumble and 1 turnover on downs, and then they also had the special teams touchdown, and I put that there as a reminder to me.
So that's just 1 turnover for Burnet.
Yes. Okay. When Brian Herman was calm at halftime. Marble Falls dominated the time of possession in the first half. So, and I'm talking 16 minutes and 42 seconds to Burnet's, where is it now? 7 minutes and 18 seconds.
Wow.
Okay? In the second half, those numbers more equal. I had Marble Falls with the ball. Let me see, is that right? 27. No, that can't be right. Where is it? I tell you what, folks. I'm going to tell you where you can find all this. This is in my 10 Highland Lakes Insights on TexasChalkTalk.com. And here's the point. Burnet had the ball for right around 23 minutes. Marble Falls, because it's more even that way. Burnet had the ball, Marble Falls had the ball, and there was maybe 15 to 20 seconds difference in time of possession. The other thing that stuck out to me, I define an explosive play as a run play of 10 yards or more and a passing play of 15 yards or more. Burnet had 7 of those on the ground and 3 of those in the air. Marble Falls had 0 explosive plays.
Well, did you count that 95 yards?
No, because I only count the offensive plays.
Oh, I got you.
I don't count the special teams. So my point is this, okay? Burnet, everybody told me, both head coaches agreed going into the game that the lineman on each side was going to determine the outcome, okay? Burnet had 33 rushes for 185 yards. Marble Falls had 17 rushes for 183. But Burnet was able to connect. They made 7 of 12. They completed 7 passes, 7 of 12 attempts for 103 yards. Okay? One of those was a 53-yard throw from Grant Jones to Braden Elliott Clark that got to the Marble Falls 2-yard line. Now, there was a turnover there. Marble Falls avoided disaster, if you will. But at the same time, those explosive plays. It's one of the reasons why Dash didn't. I had Dash for 20 rushes for 110 yards and a touchdown that night. In my 10 insights, I hand out game balls every week. I gave 1 to Dash and 1 to Grant because every time Burnet needed a swing play, a play to swing momentum, Grant Jones provided it.
Well, I think a 100-yard night by Denton is awfully good, too.
Yes, and I believe that's the first time Dash has played 4 quarters all season. I really believe that. Of course, no one will say that to me on the record. None of the coaches will say on or off.
Well, Coach Green said he played linebacker some against Llano.
Yeah, but I think Dash played primarily as Brian Wood noted, and you can read the game report on TexasChalkTalk.com, okay? Brian Wood, the head coach at Burnet, when I asked him what does Dash didn't mean to your offense, very simply, he pointed out that Dash is 175 pounds, and he ran right up the A-gap. The A-gap, in football terms, is the space between the center and the guards, left and right side, the A-gap.
I will use that on my broadcast Friday night if I can tell where the runner is squeezing through. But go ahead.
Yes, it was very obvious, right up the middle, right up into the
up the
heart
middle.
of the
I know.
defense. Yes.
Okay.
So that's where Dash made. I don't want to say that's where he made his most damage, but his size and being difficult to tackle simply wears down a defense. And when your defense when your offense has the 3 turnovers plus a turnover on downs, and you know that with your slot T offense, you want to control the clock and run the clock as you noted, 6-minute drives when Marble Falls scored. 6-minute drives. You take out those 12 minutes, that's more than half of their time of possession. And that makes it very, very difficult. I know that we're getting into 10 minutes here. I like to keep these segments between 10 to 12 minutes. So let me say quickly, Burnet got back into the playoff picture, in my opinion. Marble Falls, with 3 games left in the district campaign, mathematically is not eliminated.
No.
Okay? But there's no doubt Burnet took a giant step towards that with the win at Marble Falls. Burnet will host Canyon Lake. Canyon Lake beat Davenport 38-35. Elijah Johnson, who I believe is the district MVP, has 100 rushes for 569 yards and 11 touchdowns. He is also a running back who throws the football. I think he's completed 5 passes this year for right around 80 to 100 yards, maybe a little more. He is phenomenal. Canyon Lake, 2-0 in the district. Lampasas is also 2-0 in the district. They beat Taylor, I want to say 42-13. Marble Falls is traveling to face Taylor on Friday night. All of these games kick off at 7:30. Marble Falls will have to contend with a dual threat quarterback. I believe it is Ryan Valdez. He has completed 65 of 97 passes for 881 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. He also has 47 carries for 201 yards and 5 touchdowns this season. They are athletic. They are quick. Marble Falls will have to take that long road trip, and it'll be very, very interesting because Taylor also is 0-2 in the district.
Well, this is the time for Marble Falls or any team in this situation to know the importance of it, and certainly they will be up for it as much as they should be for any game they'll ever play as they try to stay in the playoff chase.
Yes, and I am curious. I know I use that phrase a lot because I'm curious all the time. This guy will tell you. I am curious about a lot of things. I am curious to see what this Marble Falls team can do because when you talk to the fans, they honestly believe that these Mustangs have enough to make a playoff run. They have enough to win these games. There is a strong belief among the fans that this Marble Falls team has enough. Now, I will tell you, Grant Jones and Dash Denton, with those linemen, put that Burnet team on their backs and refused to let them lose. As you said, Dash played linebacker. I think he was out on linebacker some for the Bulldogs. And I forgot Grant had one of those interceptions as well. So he was all over the field on Friday night. Anything else you want to say before we close this one out?
Go right ahead. I think it's the games get more interesting as the season progresses. Each game is more important than the last one. And it's just a big night for Marble Falls, Burnet, and Llano, for sure.
For sure. Okay, we're going to stay in Burnet County. We're going to talk six-man football when we come back. Again, please make sure for all of your Llano Lake sports news, you go to TexasChalkTalk.com. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share the channel. We'll be right back.